Hey guys, Wild Willie here. Been a long time since I've posted something on this channel. Um, Hopefully by the title you're interested and you'll stick around. This video is kind of going to be a little bit longer and it's going to jump all over the place. But I'm going to talk about Hygge prepping. What is Hygge? Well, Hygge's not. Some of you might know what it is, but I think most of you that you think you know what it is wrong. Your definition is wrong. The word Hygge has been made pretty common in I guess the United States and Canada the last few years, and it's been bastardized. It's been Martha Stewartized, hipsterized. It's not. You go online, it's turn your home into Hygge, buy Hygge furniture. No, it's not. The meaning of it is nowhere near what the modern slang or the modern version of it is. It was bastardized by the States. A few years ago, it was taken out of context in Britain, before that Denmark, and blah, blah, blah. Hygge is a word that originated in Norway and by the Norsemen long time ago. And I had the privilege of meeting someone from Norway when I was in my 20s camping. And the gentleman was around his 90s, late 90s, I think, or late 80s. And around the fire at night, he would sit there, and just before he would kind of doze off in his lawn chair, he would say, Hygge. And I often wondered what it meant. And then one day I asked him. The true definition of the word Hygge, you can't look it up. There's no one word to describe it. It's describing a complex of feelings and satisfactions. He described it to me like this, the best way I know how to describe it. He said, imagine that there's a bad storm coming, a snowstorm, an ice storm. You've been out all day collecting firewood, your flocks have been tended to, and you come home at night knowing that you don't have to go out in the weather tomorrow, and there's a roaring fire going, and there's a pot of soup or stew on the hanging over the fire with some bread, and you're cozy and warm with your family and with a good pipe, he said. He goes, all your needs have been met, you're cozy, you're content, you're happy, and there's nothing else you need at that moment. He said that feeling of safeness and secured and all your needs have met, he said it's Hygge. That's kind of the way he described it to me, not word for word, but so I figured why not take that concept into prepping. So I reverted my prepping a lot. Situations in my life have changed. So I not doing the things I did. I got rid of my whole solar system, changed locations, blah, blah, blah. But I come up with a Hygge system. It doesn't take away from my long-term prepping. I still got long-term prepping, but reality is that when prepping happens, most of the stuff when you're in urban Canada, most of the stuff, man-made or natural disaster, the power goes out. It'll go out for 3 to 5 hours. Unless you're in some places where they're prone to get bad storms, out east coast or something like that, or you get the odd ice storm or tornado. Power outages and stuff like that usually last 3 to 5 hours. So I still got all my long-term preps. But you're not going to dig out the stoves. You're not going to dig out the heaters when the power is only going to be out for 2, 3, 4 hours. So I'm going to show you how I Hygge for me and my son when we prep. So hold on. So guys, this is Hygge. Hygge for me and my son. I'll keep the volume down. I'm not even going to show you what I'm playing on TV. We're playing a DVD though. You might guess what it is. Something to do with Snoopy. Anyways, guys, this is Hygge for us, and I'll explain why. So the power's out. The power's gone out. There's a bad ice storm, a snowstorm, whatever the situation may be. And we gotta take care of the basics. I'm not going to dig out, the generator. I'm not going to dig out this, or that for a power outage for a couple hours. But I have needs that have to be met. My son being, has autism and attention deficit and a few other things going on, he has to keep busy. He has to keep the routine or things get crazy with him. So I got rid of most of my solar. I got two Jackeries. This one's a 518 watt Jackery, watt hour Jackery. So with that, I can run the Blu-ray player and the TV. That's 70 watts. That's, and if you put 70 watts, divide that by 518, that's over at least 7.5 hours of movie time. So, kids' movie being an hour and a half, we can watch a few movies if we wanted to. So that's one of our Hygge needs met. down here, I don't know if any of you guys know what this is or not. This is called the electric lunchbox. I have everything plugged into this part here, and then it just runs to here because there's more outlets available there. If you can run stuff on 12 volt, you're using less power. This is called the electric lunchbox. I don't know if you guys have seen these or know what they are. They're a phenomenal product. Actually, you know what I can do? I can make a video quickly on it right now, a real quick one, and I'll just splice it into here. So hold on. So this is it, guys, in more detail. I'll show you really quick. I mean, like I mentioned before, this is it's a great little side prep. Having with your little Hygge repertoire there. This is good because you can either plug this into a 120 there with your battery backup, or it runs off 12 volt. This thing takes 40 watts of power, which isn't a lot. It's great. Now, whether you have leftovers, whether you have frozen dinners, which you want to use up quicker if the power goes out, short term, or even if you just don't have anything frozen. Quite often, in here goes a canned ham, one of those little canned hams, maple leaf canned hams, a thing of canned potatoes, and a thing of gravy. Throw the lid on, 35-40 minutes, it's done. Hot, ready to go. These are great. I keep one of these in the car, actually, with the 12 volt adapter, which it comes with, and nothing but a couple cans of chunky, ready to serve soup. So if I'm out on a long road trip, like I tend to do sometimes, 7-8 hours, I can crack a can of soup, throw it in there, plug it in one of the 12 volt adapters in my car. It's got a little heated carrying case to keep stuff warm if you don't want to keep it plugged in, and it's good to go. So what I'm going to do, guys, just to show you, they recommend that you put a little bit of water no matter what you're cooking in there. So just, a little bit, cover the bottom. What I'm going to throw in there is a frozen piece of lasagna. I vac pack lasagna, I portion pack it, and then I vac pack it. Usually I just throw this whole bag into boiling water, but we have no boiling water, so this is how I'm going to cook this. Lid on, do it up, plug it in, make sure the vent's open, and in 40 minutes, we're going to have piping hot lasagna. So let's take a look. Okay, well, it's been 63 minutes. I kind of forgot what I was doing and forgot to come unplug this first. Forgot to check on this. So you see me put a piece of frozen lasagna in there. Let's see how it looks after 63 minutes. I don't know if you see steam coming out of there or not. It is done from frozen. It was already cooked, but it's good, and I bet you it's going to be too freaking hot to eat. Wow. Oh. Anyways, guys, back to the main part of the video. Excellent for short-term heating meals, cooking something in minor power outages. So yeah, this is a phenomenal product, guys. So this is 40 watts of power. So right now I'm running 110 watts between the Blu-ray, the TV, and this. So that takes care of my food. We can have a nice hot meal. We can boil water after for the hot chocolate, for the coffee, for the tea. Not boil, but heat, I should say. And we're not going to be running this for the whole length of the thing, just 40 minutes for food and 40 minutes for water, roughly. That's it. So it's not bad. There's 110 watts. And then the last part is this, the electric blanket. Plugs right into 12 watt. So this is 60 watt electric blanket, guys. So between having something to watch for a few hours, having a hot meal, having a blanket to keep us warm, it's not going to be running the whole time. With this little unit here, this 518 watt hour Jackery, I can run all this stuff consecutively for 3 hours, three and a bit hours. Am I going to? No. I'm not going to run that for it? No. This half hour on, half hour off, we can still watch 3 or 4 movies. You know, and then I have another little tiny one, half this size, that monitors the lights, the cell phone, the ham radio, and keep that stuff up. But guys, this is perfect. We have TV, a hot meal, and a way to keep warm, just for a few hours. I don't know about you, but that seems like Hygge to me. Anyways, guys, I'm Wild Willie, and I gotta get trucking. Remember, it's not a question if the shit's gonna hit the fan, it's a question of when, so always be prepared.